What's up, my PT peeps? One Eye Bri back to talk about The Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 7. We got his new sneak peek preview and promo that we're breaking down. We're going to throw the other stuff in there too from the previous videos, but we'll all just put it together in a nice package. Spoiler warning if you don't want to know about the episode. Season 7, Episode 7. Spoilers are coming. The episode is called Sing Me a Song. It's going to focus on Carl and Negan at the sanctuary, with Michonne and a couple other things there too. But Sing Me a Song is a big comic book reference, and there's going to be a lot of stuff from the comic book. But first, Carl and Jesus were in the truck, and we just wanted to highlight that Jesus does not make it to the sanctuary, so we won't see that interaction yet with Negan and Jesus, or any of the saviors and Jesus. It's going to be a later storyline of it. So he bails out. Carl kind of tricks him into thinking that he's going to go with them, but he doesn't. Jesus bails out by himself. Carl stays in the truck and actually waves to Jesus as the truck drives away. Jesus is probably going to make his way to outside the sanctuary because they just wanted to survey the area. Well, Jesus just wanted to survey the area of the sanctuary and find where it was, see where it was about, kind of survey it before going in, guns a-blazing. Unlike Carl, that's what Carl's going to do. So it might be a little funny aspect of the part there where Carl's waving by to Jesus as he takes shelter and hides away as the truck goes, so we don't know what happens to Jesus. But for Carl, it's kind of the Carl and Negan show for this episode. It's going to be a lot of interaction from that. In the comics, it's a little different. Negan's still in the truck when they go back. Carl does kind of come out guns a-blazing. He finds guns in the truck. He doesn't have a gun yet, but he will find a gun in there. The word is that he takes out two saviors before Dwight takes him out or overpowers him. He doesn't hurt him or anything. He probably just stops him from shooting. Here's some of the promo footage. It's Carl and Negan. Don't know. There's no dialogue in the whole entire thing, so we just don't know what is being said, but I would think it's going to be the comic lines here, talking about you're a fucking badass to Carl. So Carl's looking up at Negan like he's going to get in trouble or reprimanded for it, but we know he doesn't, which is kind of weird. He doesn't really do anything about it. He makes him sing a song, which is definitely a little weird. But Negan addresses his saviors, and I don't know if he's addressing the saviors when all the melee breaks out, because they are looking up there. I don't know if these saviors are looking at Carl and Negan up at the top, because Carl and Negan are there. In the promo, they're up at the top. We don't know what is said or anything. There are no lines in the promo preview sneak peek, so we don't know if he's addressing anything. But if you look at the saviors down low, they're not really paying attention. They're not really looking up. They're kind of talking to each other, doing whatever. I don't really see Daryl there or Dwight. I don't know where they are in the group, if they're down low or not. They might be at some other place. We don't just know yet. But the big thing here is Amber. That's Amber on the left, Carl and Negan. Someone has to tell Negan about Amber being with Mark. And that's a big thing from the comic book, if you know that. We'll highlight Mark and Amber from the new characters that we're going to see. So we got Amber, Mark, and Isabel. Isabel is going to be the woman with Michonne. Amber and Mark are going to be linked in the scene at the sanctuary. Amber is one of Negan's wives. Mark and Amber used to go out previously before Negan had Amber as one of his wives. Mark and Amber are getting together. Amber messes up, just like this scene right here. If you want to pause it and read it, I'm sure this dialogue would be there without the cursing, but Amber messes up, so Mark has to pay. I don't know how much Amber has to pay, but Mark definitely has to pay. And what do they choose to do? We get to see the iron. And I know a lot of comic people are excited about it, like myself. We would like to see Dwight getting the iron, maybe a flashback or whatever, but we get to see Mark get the iron. And I already feel bad for this guy already. Don't even know him or whatever, but he's just trying to be with his girlfriend Amber, but that's one of Negan's wives now, so you can't be doing that. It should be graphic. It should be gruesome. It's going to happen pretty quick, but it should be awesome, replicated. Probably just like this, I would assume. We haven't seen it yet. Can't wait to see it on Sunday. And as always, it should be awesome. We see it on paper, we see the words, but until we see it in real life, we can't wait for it. Maybe Dwight standing just like that. Mark could be burning. Feel bad for Mark already. That face is going to get pretty tore up and burned up. Amber, we don't know what's going to happen with her, but I would assume some consequence, right? Nothing goes unpunished. You got to pay for what you do there, you know? So we'll see what happens with Mark and Amber, but it should be pretty awesome on the show. Here's a big scene, too, from the promo. Carl is taking his bandage off and Negan is super excited, so they're doing more comic book stuff. The promo is like 15, 18 seconds or something. It's very quick, but we try to break it down, so we're getting to see more of the comic book stuff here. Carl was just taking his bandage off. He finally took it off, and we'll get to see what it looks like healed up a little bit. So this is probably the whole sequence of him actually going to sing a song, because he sings the song without the bandage on. See, sing me a song. He doesn't have the bandage on. What? I don't know any. So the whole sequence there looks pretty good. They're doing a lot more comic book things, and the fans of the comic are excited. The people who don't know the comic probably be told about the comic, but it looks pretty good. I don't know how it's going to be replicated with him singing, but Carl's going to break down and cry, and hopefully it's whatever. But that's Carl. This is what the comic happens. So we'll probably look a little like this, or a lot like this, minus the blood. It's probably be healed up like that. This is Chandler right after in season 6, episode 9, when they filmed it like that. After that, it's awesome prosthetics. It looks really good. It's probably going to be just like that, and I think they did a good job with it, even though it's pretty ridiculous that the eye socket is like that. In a zombie apocalypse, I don't know how you would be able to live like that without there. Too much blood loss, infection, whatever. So that was the awesome scene from season 6, episode 9. One of the best episodes, probably the best episode I've ever seen at The Walking Dead. I love the prosthetic Carl there. That's the prosthetic guy that Rick was carrying around with him in the episode. So there you go, guys. I just love the transition of the model, the mold. There's Chandler Riggs with the fake Carl and the blood in the eye. So there you go, guys. Like, share, subscribe to get more videos. Let us know what you think of our sneak peek and the episode on Sunday. Thanks, guys. You guys are awesome.